What's going on, you rascals? Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking us on out. Hope you guys can subscribe to this channel. Also subscribe to the Tobin and Leroy show, which you can find on the WQAM YouTube page. And do that for me if you could. All it takes a little button click. We had this was an interview. This is my whaling pipe, although it's been kind of silent. Waiting for Damian Lillard. But this is not we're not going to be talking Heat here. We'll be talking some Fins. And for the Fins fans out there, Dan Soder from Billions fame, stand-up comedian. He's going to be at the Dania Improv this week. And he came on the show. He came on the show today, did a little hit, and was on with us for like about 15 minutes or so. Had some great stuff on Mike McDaniel. And if you guys don't know Dan Soder, probably like you might recognize him. You put up the face. But he called in. And successful comedian, successful actor, and is childhood friends with Mike McDaniel, like middle school friends, and just had some really cool stuff to say on McCochin, and just their growth together, their fame, and his relationship with Tua, all that type of stuff. So Soder had some really good stuff. I recommend checking that out. That is on the 560 WQAM YouTube page, and I'll put the link so you guys can click that after we get to this. So, training camp, it's training camp eve right now. Maybe you guys are going to watch this morning of training camp, whatever it may be. The first practice gets going around Tensky. Tua's going to speak today. Tua's going to speak to the media on Wednesday. That's going to be cool. And we'll hear what he has to say going to this top 100 player this year. Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins had 3 top 100 players, I believe, thus far. I don't think anybody was in the 90s. If I missed it, I apologize. But Teron Armstead, 83. Tua, number 82. Christian Wilkins, he was number 81. So the Miami Dolphins do have their quarterback as a top 100 guy now. Now, I know this is going to, be people, 80. Listen, you start on the list now. You climb your way up. Today is the day Justin Herbert got the bag from the LA Chargers. And I'm very curious to see how Jet Up spins this one. Today on Jet Up, the Chargers invested $262 million into Justin Herbert. Why haven't the Dolphins done that with Tua yet? That's next on Jet Up. I could already see the segment from Greeny now. It's already on its way, dude. It's already on its way. So that is something that I'm sure we're going to have to hear. Listen, we're going to get that matchup, right off the bat for this year with the Miami Dolphins, right? Like, that's going to be fun right away as far as you get to go right into it. It is your week 1 matchup between the Dolphins and the Chargers this year. We get right after it. Road game, feature game. Kevin Harlan on the call. Harlan, dude, you cannot give me enough Kevin Harlan Dolphins games. You can't give me enough Kevin Harlan anything. Heat games. Dolphins, if he wants to call some Messi, for God's sakes, who can't stop scoring goals for the Pinks, more Kevin Harlan, the better. So, looking forward to seeing what we get from Tua. Very much looking forward to that. But this was honestly my favorite part of today when it came to Dolphins press day. You had a few guys speak, Xavier Howard, Jalen Ramsey, and Raheem Mostert, who did have some things to say about Tua, which was really cool. He talked about Tua's leadership and growth. I didn't think anything was that earth-shattering there. Honestly, what had me goosed up was Raheem Mostert's just excitement in general for himself, because he was talking about just his offseason improvement, which was cool, because he was coming off an injury last year, and we got to just do him, really fast guy, had a good playoff game, good relationship with Mike McDaniel. But now Mostert comes into this year, and the guy is, just seems as A-plus character as it gets, right? Like, definitely has been involved in the community. You see him at the Panthers games. Mostert, fast as hell. Really good second half of last year, especially. Had the broken thumb, unfortunately. Has dealt with some injury stuff, but not dealing with anything on his leg. No comebacks on the knee. He was really, really excited to discuss what his improvement was like. And like, you could hear by the end of this, like, this dude, he's Goosies galore on himself. Like, he is very, very excited to see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, the growth has been unbelievable. Just being back, running full speed, taking advantage of the opportunities that I have off the field, during the off season, and really just honing in on myself and my abilities. I'm starting to, I've been involved in the pass game, throughout my career, but now I'm starting to really see myself being more of, that elite pass catcher, just solely based off of just focusing on that. So it's very enlightening, like I said, and I'm excited. I'm so excited, guys. Y'all really have no idea.
This dude is goose to the gills. Like Raheem Mostert cannot wait to get his ass out on that field. We know him, fast as hell. I mean, he is crazy, crazy fast. And what the Dolphins are bringing to the table is a ton of speed. And, to hear his excitement there, especially, like this dude could be a pouty pants. If you're Raheem Mostert, you got the relationship with Mike McDaniel, which he's very open about. Almost he refers to us as their friends. Doesn't even look at it as a player coach thing. He says they're friends. They'll sit on the plane. They'll vent to one another. Mike McDaniel will confide in him on the mistakes that he makes, and the improvements that he needs to make as a coach. So that's a cool thing, to have that kind of a confidant on the team. And I do think that whatever happens with this Dalvin Cook thing, and Mostert even mentioned, he's like, look, it's not a big deal. I don't think Mostert sees himself in a position where he's going to get cut if they go the direction of Dalvin Cook. And I think he provides something different than Dalvin Cook does, I think that he feels like his role will still be there. Maybe a guy like Jeff Wilson would be more threatened by getting a Dalvin Cook here. I don't know, but also a guy who has a lot of ties to Mike McDaniel and respect for Mike McDaniel. So I do think that is a factor with this stuff, where the Dolphins, whatever happens with Dalvin Cook, I'm sure they do want some kind of an answer fairly soon on this, because Mike McDaniel has these personal relationships, and while it is a business and running back certainly has been dealing with the hard part of the business so far, and most even talked a little bit about that today, just about the unfortunate feelings, it seems, of the league towards running backs. I don't think Mike McDaniel necessarily feels that way from a role standpoint. I think that he felt some regret on how the running game ended up last year. And I do think that's only going to make his quarterback better if he does find a better balancing place. Now, look, it can be intoxicating. You got Jalen Waddle, you got Tyreek Hill. Like, it's tough, dude. Like, how do you not want to get those guys the ball all the time? But Mostert, right in there with something. And you think about, you hear his excitement, the work that he's put in with Tua Tagovailoa this year in the offseason, feeling the places he can improve of Tua just getting the ball in his hands, even in the passing game. That's exciting stuff. I mean, though you may not have that prototypical star if Dalvin Cook doesn't come, I think that you have two guys that are reliable, and then you had that little bit of an X factor with the rookie and A-Chain. So, it's why I think that there's not this, the Dalvin Cook story is so interesting from the standpoint of it's a cool story because it's a homecoming. And I do think that if Dalvin Cook, I don't think the Jets fan probably is sweating Dalvin Cook as much as the Dolphin fan is, because I think there's a lot of people that think, man, it'd be really cool if Dalvin Cook would come here. Even Jalen Ramsey was discussed today because that's his former college teammate too. That'd be really cool. But, didn't want to oversell it, wants to respect his other teammates and his other guys in the on the running back part of the roster. But I think the thing that the Dolphin fan also finds intoxicating about it, not only that he's good and you feel like he could add something, but it's also, that's a cool story. Yes, also the AFC thing, but the coolest part of it is hometown kid coming back to try and kick ass in a stadium he absolutely owns. So that would be really, really fun. But in the meanwhile, Raheem Mostert giving himself the Goosies. If he's got the Goosies, I got the Goosies, dude. It's a Goosies transitional proposition. It flows. It just let the Goosies flow through you, dude. If Raheem Mostert's got the Goosies, you bet your ass I got the Goosies.